I often like to think of the mind as your kingdom or your queendom. And once you feel worthy of governing this kingdom, you claim your power back. From the time that we were born until now, all that we have ever known of ourselves is what other people perceive of us, the systems that have been put in place, religion, culture, our society. And so we spend our entire lives being boxed in. And all that information is imprinted in the mind and becomes a filter through which we perceive ourselves. And there comes a time where we need to wake up and realize that we, capital I am, have authority over that space. More than our family does, more than our parents do, our teachers, our gurus. We have the authority, and we have to start to embark on our journey where we claim the authority over our own mind as its governor. We liberate ourselves from the projections of others, from our ancestral stories and predispositions, what her religion has said, what culture has put out there. We liberate ourselves and we become governor. We claim authority and we allow who we are on a soul level to take occupancy, to occupy this space. And what happens is when you claim that authority, you start to become invested, more invested. You realize that I can nurture my mind. I can take care of my mind. I can pay attention with regards to what I allow in, the stories that I tell myself, about the world, other people's projections, other people's thoughts. We start to look after the mind. We nurture it. And the more we nurture and take care of the mind, the more we can then perceive our heart, because the heart and the mind are connected. And when we do not nurture the mind, look after the mind, it imprisons our heart and our soul. Okay? It imprisons our heart and our soul. It clouds our judgment and it clouds the way we perceive ourselves. And this is something that is a blind spot for most of humanity. Most of humanity needs to heal the heart. We really need to slow down around the teachings of the mind, and that the mind is a sacred technology that we need to look after, that we need to take care of, that we need to exalt. And when we do not take care of this mind, what it does is it imprisons us. It imprisons our heart and it imprisons our soul expression. And this is the reason why I am facilitating a retreat next year in June 2024 to support you to begin to take those steps of confronting the false king, the aspect of our ego that has over eons of time experienced traumatic events that have distorted our minds, whether it's the experiences of our ancestors, the experiences of humanity, and the experiences of our own soul that then mold our mind, that create a filter through which we perceive ourselves, we perceive our relationships, how we do business, how we express ourselves, and how we create in the world. It all begins with the mind. And the mind and the heart need to be woven back to each other, where the heart is then supported to heal the mind. But we can only do that when we liberate our hearts to do the doing, because it is only the technology of the heart that has the capacity to house our inner spirit. And so this wilderness retreat that I'll be facilitating next year will involve a 5-day intensive process of channeled healing, meditation, mindfulness training, and working with the conditioning, the false conditionings, the false identities, the ancestral predispositions of our minds, to really understand the false king of tyranny that governs our mind from fear, this kingdom, from fear, from control, from wanting to control, from being in fear, from not feeling enough, not feeling safe. We go back to those stories. We go back to the stories of our ancestors that have clouded our mind, so that we can weave the mind back to the heart, so that we can be guided back to our cosmic heart and the sacred heart of humanity. So, beloveds, if you would like to find out more about the retreat, to sign up, please DM me, get in touch with me, contact me, and I will give you more details.